Gideon Optics changes the way you enjoy your gun. From rifle optics like the Guardian LPVO to pistol optics like the Omega and Rock. Gideon Optics engineers sights and scopes packed with bleeding-edge features and price them fairly for gun owners that require the best on the range, on duty, or on their hip. GideonOptics.com, where affordability meets quality. Save 10% with code FRN10.
Welcome to the Firearms Insider Gun and Gear Review Podcast, episode 536. This show is brought to you by VZ Grips, Walker Defense, Primary Arms, and XS Sights. In this show, we'll be discussing subcalibers from lightweight to heavy, plus an optic. As you may know, we do showcase guns, gear, anything else you might be interested in. We do our best to evaluate products from an unbiased and honest perspective. And I'm Chad Wallace, and tonight we have Tony and Sicario, who's also known as Dave, but
from High Point.
Yeah.
Jake from High Point. Jake from State Farm.
Yeah, whatever. He's probably got khakis on too.
You want me to pan down?
No.
No.
We don't want kicked off YouTube at the first 2 minutes, okay? So, Walker Defense provides shooters the finest, most innovative, quality tactical accessories and firearm components around. I don't think they'll fit on a High Point, but they will because Tony's tried it. From their Nile grip panels to their Nero muzzle brakes, no details are ever left behind. Only top quality materials are used in that manufacturing process. Together, all of this gives you some of the best firearm performance around, unless they're on a High Point.
Come on.
Everything they have to offer is proudly made in the USA. High Point can say that too.
Oh, is this how we're going to do the show today?
Okay. Walker Defense, where American ingenuity meets bleeding edge technology. Our Walker Defense featured product of the week is the combo custom Nile grip panels. So they come in like 1, 2, 3 slot M-lock rails. The custom one, you can get a combination of whatever ones you want. You can use code INSIDER15 and get 15% off everything over at walkerdr.com. I figured, Dave, you're here, so we might as well make fun of High Point. And yes,
Whatever.
I'm going to say these Nile grip panels, they will fit on your carbines.
Okay.
I mean,
That'd be cool.
yeah. So I don't think they're bolt carrier groups or, yours are threaded half 28, so their Nero muzzle brakes will fit on them. So, you got some stuff.
Got some options.
Yeah, we got some options. So we're down to what we did in firearms. We'll let Dave go first and see if he did anything fun.
Fun is in last week or so?
Yeah, just in the last week, if you did anything cool, maybe job related, maybe not.
No, honestly, I was on vacation all last week with family on the Outer Banks. First vacation in 2 bloody years, and absolutely did nothing.
Awesome.
Well, I'll take that back. We did end up going out to Fort Macon, which is an old Civil War fort that they also used up until World War II. That was just pretty cool to kind of see the multi-tiered layer of that fort and the cannons they had pointing out to the ocean as defense. That was kind of neat to see. But other than that, yeah, no, we just chilled on the beach for a whole bloody week, and it was fantastic.
Hey, it. Sometimes you need stuff like that. I mean, how far is the beach from you?
10 hours.
Oh, yeah. How far is it from you, Tony?
What?
The beach.
Beach.
5 minutes?
Fuck do I know? The beach. Fuck do I know?
Well, that answers that question.
Oh, God.
I know.
I look like I lay out.
Hey, sometimes you got to go to the beach so you can get some fresh seafood or something.
Right?
I mean, especially because I don't expect it to be that far from Tony.
I reiterate. But I know. Just because I'm big as a whale don't mean I eat effing seafood.
Yeah, it's okay. Okay. Tony, what'd you do?
No, in Jersey, it's depends on what time of day because it's summertime. So traffic's backed up because it's a Jersey Shore. I avoid the Jersey Shore in the summer at all costs. It is just not worth it. Starting Thursday, traffic is ridiculous. So what would be a 50-minute trip would be a 2.5 hour, and that's Thursday. Friday, 4 hours. One of the guys I work with lived down there. He bought a house up here in Trenton because it was easier than trying to get home on a Friday during the summer.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's how ridiculous it is. All right. So, yeah, I had a diversity shoot, the first one at We Shoot. And it was one of the first ones we sold out like days before the event. We actually sold it out. Usually what happens is we get close and then the last day everybody starts panic buying. You know what I mean? So I'll go into the event and people just banging out tickets or they'll just come in with cash. And I'm like, really? I have a 20-person limit. You know what I mean? I put a 20-person limit on it because sometimes it gets out of hand. And we were getting 50, 60 people into a classroom meant for more than like 30. And it was causing traffic jams in the parking lot, everything. And then we have to, of course, break the time down and get people in ports and shooting. I mean, you've been to the event, Dave. You know, people need time. We got guys like you that, of course, you've been there, but you're checking out a new gun. You want to do more than shoot like 5 rounds through it and go to the next gun. So, so we were sold out. We Shoot is really helpful. They gave us multiple raffle prizes. I'm talking about like 2 different range bags, pistol case, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hats, gift certificates for there. Oh, fudge. I was supposed to pick up vodka today. We're supposed to be drinking on this show. My bad.
We didn't decide, except I just decided I was drinking some whiskey. So
I just realized that. I was like, oh, yeah, I was supposed to stop by the liquor.
Because we have to drink when Rob's not here, right?
Yeah, dude. Just when Rob doesn't show up, we drink. And then when he shows up, no one drinks. Like, look at him.
Good to know.
You just what is wrong with you, guy? Why are you drinking? So I shot like 8 different segments. I did a quick review on the High Point, the High Point carbine, the bullpup chassis. So I just did a rundown of the features on it, but that was actually filmed. They have a professional media crew working for them full time. So they were like, anytime you want to use us or the studio, you let us know. I was like, I'm coming down Thursday. I show up at 1:00. We filmed for 2.5 hours and then got ready for the show. So it was like one after the other, after the other, after the other.
Awesome.
And I did multiple shirt changes. They even got me a shirt, which is great because they went to the They went to the what's the name of the company, bro?
Bigshirts.com.
They went to Excess Big Shirt. They went to Excess Big Dot School of friggin' buying Tony a shirt. It was like, yeah. He said he's a 7X, so a 4 will do.
I thought it was 2 3s.
Yeah, no, they gave me 2 3s.
Oh, okay.
What size you wear? A 6 would be okay. Or here's 2 3s. That's not how clothes work, bro. That's not how clothes work.
Now, Dave, you got to remember this is one of our sponsors, is Excess Sites, that gave him 2. They sent us all care packages, and they didn't have his size, so they sent him 2 3X shirts.
It was hilarious, bro.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, it is.
Oh, God.
What did we see there? So we had some cool guns. I got to check out. We had the Ross Martin, so we had that on the line, so people got to shoot the Ross Martin. We had the gray one because I try to tell people I need guns that are different. So when somebody tells me they're not going to remember the name, they're not going to remember the name.
You're going to say the gray one.
The gray one, cool. The Ross Martin. This is where you can get it. You can rent them here because they have rental guns that we shoot. That was cool. We also had the P365 fuse, so I got my hands on that and did a quick video on it. I just dry fired it. We're actually going to feature it for his September event. So we're going to do videos with it and shoot it and all that. But it had just came in and went on their rental category. And that was awesome. What else? Oh, I put them up. One of my guys sold his 50 Beowulf AR with all the Timber Creek furniture. So it's a black and yellow AR, and it was 50 Beowulf, and we brought that online. And you ain't never seen anything funnier than someone who's never shot an AR-15 before start off shooting a 22 and get caught up in everything and just want to pull triggers on everything, and then launch off a 50 freaking Beowulf round.
Nice.
So if you go to my Instagram, you can watch, and I have a song with it. Black and Yellow is going in the background, and you watch one of these ladies squeeze off one. She turns around. And luckily the mic cut out, with the boom, but you know exactly what she said. That was cool. And we had and I just posted a video today of the Deadpool gun. They went and had it custom done in Deadpool colors. So not only Deadpool colors, but Deadpool graffiti all over it. And it is just a fun rifle just to sit there and look at every. They got what do you call those Easter eggs all over the gun, over the gun. And so that's what I did. And then Saturday I went up to Aberdeen Guns and Ammo. They donated 1,000 rounds of 9 for I guess Thursday's shoot. But I got to check out a bunch of new guns like the P365 Reserve. Excuse me, not P365, P320 Reserve. So I actually got to get my hands on that, which is the all metal P320 with a diamond-like yada yada coating. It's pretty much the same one that the Tomb of the Unknown Soldiers have, except it doesn't have the statues carved in it like theirs does. So I got to check it out, and for that price, no, thank you.
What is it, $1,800 or something?
I think it's like 16, but I'm like, it's still a P320, bro.
Yeah.
When you have the AXG that I can get for less money. I got to check out the fuse again. I got the dry fire that. The guys had the FN Scar 15P
the pistol.
Okay.
And they had that turned into, well, we can't have SBRs in Jersey, but we can have non-NFA firearms, which is 26 inches with a vertical grip. Somehow that's legal. It has to be over 26 inches with a vert grip, and it's Jersey legal, but we can't have AR pistols.
Okay.
But we can have that. So I checked that out. And, bro, it looks sweet. It looks sweet. And it has a folding. How much? Yes.
I'm going to say 2,800.
The MSRP is like 35 or 39 on just the pistol.
Why?
On just the pistol. So when they had to put the folding stock on and then pin the folding stock in place so it could be long enough, because it has to be pinned. You can't fold it. It has to be overall length.
Under 26 inches or whatever it is.
Yeah, 26 inches overall length. So $4,900.
Wow.
Ouch.
Actually, $49.99. And I'm like, no, because it's still a scar.
Yeah.
And then I turn around because it is effing cool. Let's not get it twisted. So I turn around and they have. It wasn't Superlative Arms. I'm sorry, I can't think of the name, but they had an AK that was done up the same way, 10.5 inch, 12-inch barrel, something like that. 1,600, with a brace on it and everything all ready to go. 1,600. They had a PSA, again, 10.5, 12.5 inch barrel, something like that. 16. So I'm like, why would I pay $5,000 when I can get both of these for less? Both of these in 2 cases of ammo, or a case of ammo for each.
It's hard, man. It's Navy SEAL and SOCOM approved. That's all that matters, man.
It looks so cool.
Yeah.
And so not happening.
Well, so Dave, basically what you're saying is anywhere else or in any normal state that would cost $2,800.
No, it won't.
Not
no,
even that.
No, the MSRP is almost $4,000.
It's still almost $4,000. That's just outrageous.
It's almost $4,000.
Yeah.
Because nobody's going to knock it down lower.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
And I got to check out the SIG 1911X. So I got to check that out. I'm glad SIG is proud of it. Because at We Shoot, I got into this whole thing about checking out 1911s, right? So We Shoot has a bunch of 1911s. And I got to check out Rock Island, CZ, Colt, and maybe a third one. And the T-Sauce, the T-Sauce Night Stalker. So the T-Sauce Night Stalker is $700.
And that's
Decent.
double stack, right? Or is that the single stack version? Okay.
The single stack. Because it's Jersey. What's the point of the double stack version where you can only have 10 rounds?
Right.
So I'm rocking the slide, and it's smooth. It's smooth. And the kid was like, well, I'm not really, because it was a younger guy. He was like, I'm not really into T-Sauce because for the same amount of money, you can get something that feels better. Check out this Rock Island. And it was a Rock Island Armory. And yes, the slide was smoother.
Yeah.
The trigger was a little bit better. But, I mean, we're in the same ballpark, right?
Right.
And then he was like, well, but I really like this CZ. And the CZ, well, Dan Wesson, 1911, very, very smooth, about $1,200, very nice.
Yeah, okay.
And then we break out the Colt, and dude, man, nobody better call that thing. Talk about poverty pony. Just the way the Colt feels, bro. Now, again, Rock Island 1911. We know $700 MSRP.
Right.
We got the T-Sauce. All right. We got the CZ. And then I checked out the SIG, and I got the Colt. Tell me the Colt and the SIG are the two worst ones feeling between trigger and slide feel. I'm like, wow.
You know what would have been better? If they had an auto ordinance there.
Oh, we're inland.
Yeah, one of those. Thanks, Tony.
Modern, so come on.
Yeah. We know they're there to replicate other stuff. I get it. Okay.
But it was pretty cool checking these out in a gun store because I was at, again, Aberdeen Saturday before last during their 2-year or 1-year anniversary that they had me out. The store was packed. And this time I went up there and it was pretty much, not a lot of people in it. So I got to actually tactically fondle a few guns, get some video, and get some impressions of some of the stuff we talk about here, but we can't get our hands on everything after SHOT or after NRA. It's like, so where do you go? So I was able to go to the store, and I was like, if there's customers in there, I'm not going to bother people. You know what I mean? It's just not going to bother
right.
You're trying to make sales. You don't need me bumping around. But it was pretty much during their lunch, and we all just bull crapping, and I got to put my hands on a lot of stuff. So do that, guys. I mean, if you want to go and check out guns, don't be a pain in the ass. Don't take up their time if they're moving stuff. Ask them. I'd like to check some stuff out. Can I possibly do that and compare a few guns?
Yeah.
And if they say no, get the hell out of there.
Yeah,
pick up something though.
You don't want to buy something from them anyway.
Right.
Yeah, well, I mean, but if you really want to help, buy an accessory or two because that's where they make their profit. It's not really on guns.
That's it. Yeah, exactly. It's like every time I'm in Sportsman's Warehouse, I always swing by the gun counter to see if there's anything that I need to put my hands on or anything. I mean, the one here has decent selection, so it's not terrible. And every once in a great while, they get something cool, that you don't see very often. And then every once in a while, they get a Diamondback AR from 4 or 5 years ago.
Don't start. Don't start. I'm not. I'm about to call them. I'm about to call them because I'm trying to get their Obsidian AR.
Actually, I will say the Diamondback has improved dramatically since we talked about that. And it was super cool talking to the engineer when we were at SHOT Show. That was
when it was not super cool talking to the engineer after they listened to the show. After we hung out all day and then they listened to the show that night and didn't want to hang out anymore.
The difference is the difference between we got High Point here, right? Okay, we got Dave from High Point, but either way, we can say all the crap we want about High Point and he's just going to laugh.
Pretty much. Yeah.
I mean, we have that to say. Now, I didn't do anything near as exciting as Tony. I did get this long throw nightstick weapon light in to try out. I have one of their other standard ones on my SBR, and I really like it, but time will tell. This is long throw, so we'll find out how long it looks like it'll throw. I mean, it's not an LEP light, so it's still an LED, so we'll do that.
That nightstick, what's the, excuse me, what's the tail switch? Like on this, like Surefire compatible, or is it?
No, it's just a button. They do include a pressure switch with a button.
That looks like a Streamlight.
Yeah, but it's very similar to a Streamlight.
Okay.
But it doesn't have any port, so you're limited there.
Right.
I mean, but they're also Streamlight prices, so
Right.
But I like their lights, and so I asked if I could get this new one to try out, and so eventually that'll get a review. I did make it to the range. I had to sight in some stuff. Went and tried to shoot some more rounds through that, disaster we call a 308 AR. And now it's better, but with adjustable gas block. But now if it's picking up, it only will jam if it's picking up from the right side of the magazine.
You have a left-handed AR, but not in the way you think.
I need a single stack mag that only feeds from the left-hand side.
Nice.
So I may smooth out the feed ramps and see if that's a problem. I mean, I really don't care at this point. Yeah.
No, you can't.
No. And the thing was it was an experiment in dirt cheap. So,
Whose was it?
Well, it's a Bear Creek.
What are we not saying?
It's a Bear Creek upper and a PSA lower. So, and I'm sure see you guys get what I'm saying here.
MSRP $4 a book of matches and an old Twinkie.
I mean, literally, I think if you don't count the adjustable gas block I bought, which they're cheap, I have like $410 into this thing.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're not expecting. I mean, you have a $410 bolt action at this point. That's a hell of a deal.
Well, no, I can get one or two shots off.
So I look at it this way. I think PSA is fine. Or
Right.
At least they used to be.
Right.
Because my PSAs come from before they tried to become the arsenal of democracy and put out a bunch of stuff. And I think either the QC fell off or something happened. So I don't know. But then when you combine the tolerances and clearances with the Bear Creek Arsenal on top, and then you throw in it's an AR-10, I'm like, come on, dude.
I mean, like I said, it's an experiment in dirt cheap, and
nothing wrong with that.
Because if I really wanted an AR-10 that ran, I would have either tried to get one for review, done something like that, or just paid the money for a complete rifle.
Yeah, because you're going to have the ghost of Eugene Stoner kick you in your Johnson, bro.
And I understand that. But from the standpoint of, it was something I just had to do. It was like, I just want to see.
I do it too. I do it too. I don't know if we talked about it. Did we talk about it off air?
With
me getting the Roni and putting in a Glock in it and trying to use it as a PDW, see if it actually hold up.
No, we didn't.
You and I talked about that.
Oh, you and Dave talked about it. He said just get a high point carbine and it would have worked.
Well, no, my whole thing is fine, but a high point carbine isn't going to be that. Understand, I'm in Jersey. I can put it in a Roni, I can fold it, and it's still Jersey legal.
Right.
And I just want to see it because, like you, it's like, all right, how cheaply can you build an AR-10 that works?
Right. Not for $400.
We only show for a reason, bro. We're nice. We only show for a reason because we nerds about the gun thing.
Uh-huh.
And we build this crap in our head way before we ever put money in it.
Oh,
it's like, I wonder if you could get a 30 super carry And pretty much after that, you should just stop drinking.
Yeah, you really should, because then you email Dave and you're like, "Hey Dave, send me a 30 super carry carbine," and the next few days later it's your dealer, and
next thing you know, you're calling Hightower Armory. Now we got a 30 carbine bull pump, and that's just something nobody ever asked for. And now you're putting a suppressor. Now you're putting a suppressor on a 30 carbine bull pump.
Hey, I did put the suppressor on it. Well, no, and what's worse is I put my subgun suppressor on it, which is one I Form 1. So it's, close to a foot long, because it goes on my M11 and it screws into the 3/4 10, and then I have an adapter for half 28 and I put it on there. So it's freaking, there's pictures of it on the internet. So
begging for a baffle strike.
Nah, not with a 30, not a 30 going down a 9mm tube.
Okay. Okay. Hey, why don't you put it on that 308?
Now, you really want to know something? I made it out of 304 stainless. As long as I don't run it full auto, it should run on a 308. Pressure.
You got a decent job, but you got a decent job, but I don't think you can fire a 308 on full auto for long.
I have a friend that has an HK21. And yes, you can, but I don't have that good of a job.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You ran out of money before you break the suppressor.
Yeah, I did, after about 2 minutes or, 50 round belt, I'm done. I'm like, nope. Yeah. Nope. So Rob's not here. So I guess we'll
do it.
No, we'll just say this isn't legal advice. So don't take it as such.
You can use a suppressor to suppress a high point 380 E cannon. Not a suppressor, a potato. It works well. Yeah, this is not legal advice.
Exactly.
This is also not gunsmithing advice.
I saw a movie once and it looked like you could use a gallon of milk as a suppressor too.
Yeah.
You can also use a pillow.
Pillow, bottle.
So pretty much anything you shoot through will not blow apart. Yeah.
Yeah. That's always good. So our main topic, which is really short tonight, is sponsored by Primary Arms. And they seek to provide you the best shopping experience for everything firearms. They have over 13,000 products from your favorite brands, including a complete selection of rifles, handguns, firearm parts, and shooting gear. Every order comes with a commitment to superior service, fast shipping, and an expert support team. Don't forget to check out their line of optics too. Now, for Tony and Rusty, mainly for Rusty, our Primary Arms product of the week this week is the Ross Martin RM1C, because Primary Arms has them and they're in stock, or they were at least a couple days ago when I put it in here. So I know Rusty was looking for one. You can find everything you needed by heading over to primaryarms.com. Now, Tony, did you like the RM1C or did you even shoot it?
I shot the RM1. We actually did a video with it. It's a decent gun. There's nothing like, oh my God, I can't believe this is so extraordinary.
Right.
I'm like, but what you have is an American-made striker-fired gun
for $400.
Yeah, for $400 with a good trigger, and it gives you yet another option that's not a Glock, because some people got to hang up with that. And again, it's an American-made gun, and I like their story. So, I'd like to support them, but I'm a cheap bastard, so I'm going to ask them give me one for free, and we'll bring it to the diversity shoots and let hundreds of people a year shoot it.
Yeah.
So that's my whole thing. It's like, try it out. Why not?
Oh, yeah.
Why not have an American-made company come in and take the place? Because I'm sorry, but Colt is gone now. Colt is not an American company anymore. It's owned by CZ.
Yeah, and like the review said when I reviewed the one I have, 1,000 rounds, didn't clean it, didn't do crap, and I did actually clean it after that, but it's got more rounds through it now. It just keeps running, and magazines are $20 a pop, and So yeah, there you go. Now, my main topic is it's an update on the Viridian RFX 35. I put a link to the review, which is about 1.5 years old now. I did break it. Same way I break most optics like this on a pistol is I mean, I tend to do this is you shoot them, then eventually you like drop the slide or shoot it and the dot dims down. Sometimes it comes back on, sometimes it doesn't. It's got like a loose connection in there somewhere. So of course, first thing I did was change the battery. That didn't seem to help it. My Hollow Sons have done that before too. So it's not, I mean, yeah, pistols beat up optics. I know that. Yeah. I will mention this is their larger size. So it's like, it's a larger window, but it's not one of the huge windows. I like this optic, but I contacted them. They sent me an email back with a shipping thing. And of course, as per norm, I contacted them not from the show's email. Just, I always do that if I break something because I want to know customer service.
Sure.
They immediately sent me and said, okay, send it back. Sent me a tag, a shipping tag, shipped it back. Once they got it, they just shipped me a new one. So it's here. That was one of the optics I had to sight in on Sunday. It's the RFX 35. Their MSRPs are pretty high, but you can get them places for normal prices. I compare it to like the Gideon Omega that I have.
Okay. So it's like a SRO clone.
Yeah, that form factor, RMR footprint.
Yeah.
But I did find when I got it back, I was going to mount it on a different gun, but the slide on it was the RMR cut was a teeny bit too small to fit this particular version of the RFX 35 on. And I've had that before. And if I was worried about it, I just have enough guns that I just put it on a different one, the one that it came off of. But you know, some slides are cut tighter than others if you want them, which I know you want the optic fit tight, but since I use it for other sites and I'm always changing sites thanks to reviewing stuff, that I didn't worry about it. So you may have that fitment problem. You may not, but the links to the review is in the show notes. So if you want to check it out, you can do that. It's a good optic. I really like it. The green is nice. In fact, my Gideon Omega is in green and they're very comparable sights. They're just on different firearms. So I figured I'd give an update on that I did break it like I tend to do with stuff. Tony breaks stuff too, but he's a Marine, so it counts.
Right. Okay, no, I can do a more technical one here though. Do you have night vision? Have you tested it with any night vision? I
have not. It's supposedly night vision compatible. The bottom two. Yeah, you know, I'm still too poor to buy night vision. I could get a really good deal on it because a guy I know sells night vision. He legitimately does. He's an arms dealer for like international. So he gets contracts and he goes overseas and literally that's what he does. So I can get a good deal on it, but
no, even a good deal is still expensive.
Exactly. And exactly. So I don't.
I can get a better deal, but it requires me to hang out at Fort Dix at the range and wait for one of the National Guard units to forget their night vision goggles on the range again. Like every now and again, they forget a rifle on the range.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
it's like you're missing an entire M4.
It sucks being honest, though, right, Tony?
Yeah.
So how's that night vision working for you, Tony?
All I'm saying, if you see me one of those knives with like the 5 tubes on it, yeah, I got it from Temu.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not the real thing. It's all Temu.
Yeah,
it's not even real. It's first gen.
Okay.
Night vision.
It's basically it's infrared night vision.
You know how big that helmet has to be to fit on my head?
Yeah, do they even make does hardhead veterans even make a helmet your size?
I'd have to get two and then cut the middle out of one and cut the other in half and put them together.
Like-
no. You get a Team Wendy size 2 X fill. It's open hot enough. It'll fit. It'll fit.
Yeah. So that leads us to the product spotlight and discussion. And, this is kind of weird. We asked Dave to come on at like short notice just because. And I didn't realize this until actually I just looked at it, that the High Point Yeet Cannon 380 is the first thing to discuss. Now, MSRP on this is a whole $215.
Yep.
And we all know that is a steal. But, it's not a Yeet Cannon 9mm. But it is a Yeet Cannon. It's the same size, isn't it? It's on the same frame.
Exact same size.
Yeah. Because I was like looking at the website and I was like, everything's the same. It's still got like a 4 1/4 inch barrel, and it's just like when you look at our old the C9 and the CF380, they're the exact same size gun, right?
Just 380 versus 9. The YC380 is the exact same way.
That's what I figured, and it still weighs like 34 ounces.
Yeah,
it's a High Point, but we're not gonna flaw it too bad. It's direct blowback, so it does have a threaded barrel. So you don't need a booster to run the thing if you put a suppressor on it.
Yep.
So even that makes me want one now, because I could put that subgun suppressor on it.
Oh, God. So I can tell you it was end of June. I was at GunCon, and I had the YC380 out there, and I told plenty of guys ahead of time. I'm like, seriously, I understand if you don't give two shits about 380, the ammo, and a gun. I was like, but you want to shoot the 380 YC, because it's flat as all get out shooting. It's super soft. It's like a 22. It's awesome. And everybody loved it. Literally, everybody came off shooting this gun, looking back going, how am I liking this thing this much? I'm like, because, it's that stupid fun. And towards the end of the day, it was kind of slowing down because we had a lot of bad weather. And I pulled a Osprey 45 off one of the carbines. I was like, let's put it on the YC380.
Why not?
So I'm sitting there, I start screwing it on, and Iggy Keys comes up and he goes, Dave, what are you doing? I just looked at him and smiled, and I kept cranking it on. I shoot a couple shots, and he's like, dude, I got to try that. He shoots, and he's like, this is awesome. I'm like, right? Right after that, Kevin Dixie walks up, and he goes, what are you doing? I just looked at him, holding it, and smiled at him. He goes, gimme.
With the weight of the High Point and the 380, I can imagine that it's just
awesome.
Yeah.
It's simply awesome. I kid you not. It sucks that the fact that 380 is still not cheap at all by any means.
Mm-hmm.
So even in general, the YC380, this is not a gun for everybody out there. This is for somebody that, they just do 380 because it's all they know in the home defense. This is still that gun for that same purpose. But like the rest of us being gun nerds, no, this thing's stupid fun. It's stupid fun.
There's a reason I have that 30 Super Carry carbine from you guys. Because it's, why not? It's stupid fun.
It is.
It really is. It's like, and I can imagine the Yeet Cannon 380 is the same type of fun.
Yeah.
It's not something that, if this is all you can afford, street price is going to be even less.
Well, another funny one too was they had a bunch of kids that were from, I think, it was multiple trap shooting sporting clay teams out there to fleece up brass to help clean up the range. And towards the end of the event, again, they let them kind of run around, go shoot guns and stuff. And this tall kid comes up and he goes, excuse me, sir. He goes, I've never shot a handgun before. Can I shoot one of yours? And I went, yeah, dude, I got the perfect one for you. I got the full mag of that YC380. And I was like, all right, you familiar with the operation? He was like, yeah. I was like, okay, we'll go over it real fast. I'm like, there you go, have at it. He fired a couple shots off real slow, and he picked up the pace, finished the mag off, and he was like smiling, just going, thank you.
Well, and the great thing about it is a full mag, that's what, 10 rounds?
Yes, 10 rounds. Cut out.
And if he's used to shooting trap, he's used to crappy triggers.
He's used to shooting 2 rounds. That's what he's used to shooting. Then he does a reload. So that's felt like a belt fed to him.
It really is.
That's funny that's his first gun shot. Shoots is the high point.
Yeah, it was a YT 380, so the smoothest, easiest shooting thing. I think I actually told him to go shoot. Bull Armory was right next to me, and they had a really badass, high-end, ported and compensated 2011 that wasn't even out yet. I was like, you should go shoot that next, because it's only like 5 times our cost and just as flat shooting with hot ammo.
Yeah, yeah. And that says a lot for them, even though it's, 5 to 10 times the price.
Yeah.
I mean, but it is, they're pretty sweet. But, it's a typical high point. You get all this stuff. It does have last round hold open 3-dot sights. It's the yeet cannon, so you can put an optic on it with the little plate. Does it use Glock front sights?
The front sight, yep. Same thing like YT9. Yep.
That's what I was thinking. Everything else, are you going to make it in special, like, dollar bill grips and...
dollar bill grips, no, it's not going to happen.
Oh, sorry, Tony.
Can't do it.
Oh no, I got the one, bro. I got the. What do you call that? The golden, the grail, the holy grail of high point troll material. I have a 40 with $100 bill grips. You can't get better than that. Everybody hate everything about that gun.
But see, now tonight I should just get you a newer 40 or a 10 mil, and you still put those dollar bill grips on that new gun too. So, yeah,
I'm waiting, mother effer. You ain't sent it yet.
I know. I'm busy.
Been out 2 years. Now you done drove past Jersey how many times?
He was on a plane.
We're at the shore in North Carolina. Ooh. Throw it out the window in a paper bag at the exit. I'll grab it.
Hey,
I'll just have to pick it up from all the other high points laying on the side of the road of this.
One of these days, I should post on the internet. I should post that Lawson 22 up and say it's a high point.
Don't you dare! Don't you dare!
What are you talking about? I got to pick up some. So they got fake money. They got prop money at We Shoot. So I'm going to pick up a Crown Royal bag and then pick up my high point. And I'm going to make that my case with them. Oh, yeah, I'm doing a whole photo shoot with it just because. And since they got professional lighting and professional photographers.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It's just going to be fun.
It is. But really, I saw it came out, so I figured I'd throw it in the show notes. And then we got Dave on to talk about it. Not that he really tells us anything more than we already know. But, he could tell you stories about kids shooting their first high point ever, first pistol. So he's got that going for him. I mean, it's the high point E cannon. So it's just in 380. So what else can you say? I mean, it seems like it's fun to shoot. Suppressed is probably even more fun to shoot. And
let's not forget this. It has regular pick rails on it now, so you can actually use regular weapons mount light or whatever accessory you want to put on it.
This would be the
compact lights, because like I know the nightsticks. I've had one of those on there, but you got to watch out with the crossbars in the bottom of them. Make sure the one's back far enough on the YCs. Otherwise, like I usually use like a TLR 7A. Those fit up really well,
right? But
I know like the stream lights and the nightsticks do work on it. But yeah, just make sure you have the right adapter rig.
I think I got the perfect light for it.
Oh shit!
No.
That's
not if you use it more than 5 minutes. No, it is a polymer lower.
Yeah, that's true. This thing gets hot, and I mean.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I'll put this on a JXP before.
Yeah. This one,
nice.
You noticed how I was able to pick this one up because this Olight is not sitting on any gun; it's just sitting here.
You want to cook?
In trouble.
You want to cook a round off by having that flashlight on too long. Talking about an ND. What happened? Well, I had it on during the night shoot, and it just got so hot it cooked the round off in the chamber.
Hey, if I put it on a 320, I can just blame the gun.
You put it on a 320, it turns into a thermite grenade.
Burnt through the whole ear.
Okay.
Oh, dude, I had mine stolen. My Olight whatever the big one is that I use.
Right.
It's the size of an HX1 from Stringlight.
Right. This is the full size one. So
it would come on in my pocket so much it would burn me. And when I went through the pat down, I left it in the box where you leave all your your stuff before you get dressed again. And I left it there, and it was gone. And I'm like, okay, it's okay.
Yeah.
I hope it burns the house down.
Yeah, you're not missing anything. So
I'm like, all right, cool.
That was the High Point E Cannon 380.
We only got it in black, right?
Yeah.
For now.
Okay.
Yeah. So quit being racist, Tony.
Oh man, listen, I want to. Never mind.
Okay. So along with the YC380 dropping out, though, we also have the YC9, the 995 carbine, and the JHP 45 pistol. All three of those now out in M81 Woodland camo.
I saw that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I should have. I've got the YC9 and the 995 up on the website. I think. I've been gone for a while, but I just shot photos of the JHP yesterday, so I'll get them up.
So, yeah, well, it's nice that you're, making stuff in God's blood. It's always needed. So next up, we got the Zerotech Halo Red Dot. Now, MSRP on this is $399, which my personal opinion is MSRP is a little bit high on this thing, but it is different than most of your others. It's an enclosed, they call it heavy duty spherical lens optic. That's where the Halo comes from. So of course it's waterproof, shockproof, all this stuff. It is an RMSC footprint, 7075 aluminum body, has a 3 MOA dot, of course, 10 brightness settings, including night vision. They say the spherical lens gives you an expansive field of view. That's what they say. I like this quote. Precise adjustments. It offers 1.5 MOA per click adjustment. I'm thinking most of these are 1 MOA, but I'm like, it's a pistol optic, so I guess I could live with it. And some Zerotech stuff is good stuff. I'm not going to go there. The objective lens for size-wise, if you want to look, is 28 by 20. If that helps you. They give you a bunch of windage and elevation adjustment. Weighs 78 grams, which isn't anything, so it's probably an ounce or less. Does come with a pick rail mount. It does have a top mount battery, so it's easy to adjust. You don't have to lose your zero or anything to that effect. If that's there, auto on off like everything should have nowadays, at least in my opinion. And like I said, it's out there. It comes with all the stuff you need. It's a distinct looking optic being enclosed for an RMSC. I think the price is a little high, but last time I checked, when these things come out, their MSRP is always quite a bit higher. So I'm guessing street price is going to be at least $300 or under. You got anything on it, Dave? It looks interesting, huh?
Yeah, so I just pulled up. First I was like, man, it's uglier than shit. But then you said it's a closed emitter, so it's like, okay, that changes things a bit.
Right.
Cruise control, I can see in the rear. Okay, that's kind of cool. Yeah, kind of dig it.
Yeah, that's kind of, I was like, this is different. I mean, you don't see many RMSC closed emitters, and it's got a decent sized window. It's kind of what I thought. Tony?
I think it looks different. And it looks pretty cool, though, mounted as a secondary optic.
Yeah.
Beside that LPVO.
Yeah, it looks really good.
So I'm just looking at it like the prices, since I started this, it's about half of what they used to be for other stuff. And it's just gotten better and better. So I'm pretty cool with this, man. Hey, send one. Hey, send one. Because we got stuff to put it on now.
You got stuff to put it on?
Yeah. I mean, I got different guns I'm going to put it on because I've since changed because of obviously, Rink or old dude. Oh, you need to learn on iron sights. Well, what I've learned is no, you don't. Especially when you're introducing people to firearms for the first time. No. If they want to become better, if they want to get into the whole shooting thing and learn the mechanics of it from the very beginning, yeah, sure. but a red dot to introduce someone to firearms, perfect.
Oh yeah,
Perfect.
exactly.
And when they're affordable like this, and I'm assuming it has the shape it does, not only for marketing value, but also for toughness, to take off, some of the abuse that may be heaped upon it. You put this on anything, it's better than trying to get someone to line up front sight, rear sight target.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm with you there. So
hey, you can RMSD.
Yeah.
Well, it's just in the 10 millimeter out, bro. That way I can run 40 and 10 in it. Let's go.
Yeah, that sounds about right. That is the Zerotech Halo Red Dot. And now, if you want to co-witness with this red dot, you can go over to XS Sights, because for over 25 years, XS Sights has sent people like Tony 2X shirts, and they also help you get on target faster. Offering tritium sights in all different types of styles, low light is no longer an obstacle. Most options come with a brightly colored photoluminescent ring. That colored ring makes them work great in daylight also. XS Sights has sight styles for everyone's: big dots, ghost rings, standard notch and post, minimalist, suppressor heights, all offering tritium options. Available for a plethora of firearm types, from shotguns to handguns, XS Sights has you covered for all your low lighting sighting needs. Now, our XS product of the week this week is the Smith & Wesson DXT2 Big Dot Night Sights. You can go check those out over at xssights.com. And if you use the code GGR20, you'll get 20% off those babies. And they make Glock sights, so they do make a front sight that will fit that high point 380 or 9mm, or you get the idea. But next up is the Smith & Wesson Bodyguard 2.0. Now, this is another 380. This is why in the beginning I said from light to heavy, because we had the high point. Now we got something small. Now, granted, if I'm going to have to shoot one all day long, I think I'd probably shoot the high point because my hands won't hurt.
Yeah.
But this is a complete different style, as it is a deep concealment pistol, if you ask me. It's not huge by any means. It's only 0.88 inches wide. MSRP on this is $449. I better mention that too. It is 5.5 inches long, 4 inches tall, weighs a whole 9.8 ounces. It is in 380. They consider it their micro size. It does hold 12 rounds. They also have 10 rounds, magazines, striker fired. So it's not a hammer fired. Of course, all the other stuff, it comes with 2 magazines, not 3, but we can't say too much about it. But it's completely redesigned. If you know anything about the old school Bodyguard, this one looks way more comfortable, way better to shoot. However, it is not cut for an optic. I mean, it is kind of a pocket gun, so I don't know if that's necessarily
wide enough to you still put an optic on it.
Yeah, well, I mean,
it's 0.88.
Exactly. You'd need a pretty small optic to fit on that baby. Even a lot of the RMSC cut optics are going to be an inch or so. It does have a tritium front sight. They added a bunch of slide serration. It looks more like the M&P 2.0 full-size guns a lot. Flat face trigger. They basically 2 3/4 inch barrel, 18-degree grip angle. The rear sight is a U notch, but hey, it's there. I really want to get my hands on one of these because they look small, but they look like they're going to be way better than like an LCP or, even the LCP Max, or I don't exactly know what size they compare to. They do make one with a safety also, if that's something you want. I mean, if you want it. Otherwise, they put a lot of good features in it, and I actually kind of like it for a small 380. If that's your thing, I'm hoping they kind of did something with the easy rack system on it. It doesn't say it has it, but because it's small, I don't think they could do it completely. But if they could do
I guess.
Yeah, it could do something similar to at least make it easier to rack the slide. That would help. But who knows until I actually see one. What do you guys got on it? Anything?
I've seen some guys posting some footage of it, and definitely looks like it's a small little gun, but it almost kind of makes me think like the original SIG 365s. They look so small, but at the end of the day, people shooting them, they seem to be pretty dang shootable, and this kind of gives us that same vibe to me from what I've seen. I want to put my hands on one.
Yeah, that's kind of how I am. I'm like, this interests me. Not that I'll probably buy one,
Right.
but it's good to have options that you can recommend to people. If somebody says, "Hey, I'm really looking for something like this," because I have an original like LCP and I hate the thing.
Yeah.
But it's so small that there's an advantage to it.
Here's the thing. You're not changing physics.
Right.
So you have a small, thin pistol that's lightweight. Oh, well, it's only in 380. Well, that didn't go down as much. No. So now you have something that probably hurts more to shoot than if you had a smaller 9.
Yeah.
A smaller 9, but not smaller than this. So I look at this as I find it interesting. And if it has that 2.0 texture, it'll freaking fit better in your hold and stay in your hand better than the old one. It has the texture on the slide, those grip, serrations on the slide.
Yeah.
Might make it easier to rack, but again, it's not going to be easy to rack because it's small.
Mm-hmm.
Now, understand that I'm looking at it from the perspective of first-time gun users, women, smaller people, and they go, "Oh, it's small; it'll be easier to shoot." I'm like, no, and that is why I like the 380 EZ. Because you have a bigger firearm. It's hammer fired, I think, right?
No, it says
series.
Oh yeah, the EZ series I think are. This one's
they're hammer fired.
This one's striker
hammer
fired.
This is striker fired, but the hammer fired is easier to rack. It has the things on the side that makes it easier. It has the magazines that make it easier to load, the little side. But this has none of that on it. This is everything on hard mode. And I'm like, this is not what somebody new thinks it's gonna be.
No.
So great, they put some features on it. I think they made it better than the old one, but it's still, I don't believe, beginner friendly or someone who's not going to use it, practice with it friendly. It is not something you're running 250 rounds through in a concealed carry class and not going to want to throw it out the window on the way home.
Now,
it like falls into a practical deep concealment carry gun for somebody that knows what the hell they're getting and buying. Again, even being in 3D as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Those serrations look pretty deep. Like I bet charging that thing, I bet it's probably like an old school like CZ where that top short slide. That's what this kind of makes me think of. But
yeah,
they're probably deep enough that you can get it pretty easy, I would guess.
Right, because the CZs and all their clones with that inside slide, they're yeah. I can
but
see
once
that.
you know them, they're easy to do. It's awkward at first. You're like, what the hell?
Yeah, exactly, exactly. So that is the new Smith & Wesson Bodyguard 2.0. We can't wait to check it out. But on the subject of guns in small calibers, next up we have the Walther WMP SD. MSRP on this is $599. This is in 22 mag. So completely different caliber, but it's also a larger gun. This thing's probably a dream to shoot, really. It has, it's a Walther, but it's got all kinds of good stuff on it. Looks like it's a decent grip size. What do they say here? Slide is aluminum, which makes sense being a 22 WMR. Overall length is 8.6 inches. Slide length is 8.2. This one's quite a bit wider at 1.48 inches, 5.66 inches high. It's a 4.9 inch barrel. However, it is threaded also, so you can do what you want with it. It does have a fiber optic sight, front sight. It's 27 and a half ounces, basically. It holds 15 rounds, comes with 2 magazines. It says it has 3 safeties, which is trigger, and I don't know, drop safety, something like that. Trigger pulls 4.5 pounds. I don't know. I saw this and I was like, oh, somebody's making another 22 mag. It's Walther, so it costs a few extra bucks. It's not terrible. Looks like, but it's a full size gun basically. So I saw this and I was like, hey, this is pretty cool. I know some people don't like 22 mag. I don't have a problem with it, except it's rimfire, but most of the 22 mag is not like cheap 22 ammo. So it tends to work better.
Yeah.
It pretty much compares with like the PSA 1 and various other 22 Win mags.
I like, look at this thing. This looks sweet. This is something that actually interests me.
And it is cut for optics, but it doesn't say what optic.
Well, if it's like the Walters, they come with you have to let them know when they send you the plate.
Right.
If it comes like the other. So when I was when I was over at the Great American Outdoor Show, I actually went and checked these out. I went and checked out the whole Walter line over there because they also have Hammerling or whatever the other company is in these 22s.
Right.
They make 1911s.
The Hammerly makes like the competition style, Olympic style, right? Yeah.
Yeah, but they also make 1911s that are 22s. So my whole thing is, of course, getting full-size 22s into people's hands because it's a trainer gun, it's a fun gun, and something like this because it's 22 Magnum. Also, pretty much coming out of the Vistance barrel is like 135 foot-pounds with ammo that you use to defend yourself with. So, again, because of the people I have, I understand I have from 10 to 93 come to my events. So you have people that have difficulty racking a slide. This is a fun teaching gun, even though it does have a blast because it's 22 Magnum out of a little over 4-inch barrel. It doesn't have the recoil. So you have that fun. Some of my guys have 22s and they hate them because they don't really like training people on a 22. They want to train them on a real gun. Well, this gives you the blast. This gives you all that. And it's still 22. Again, full size. It has 4 ways to drop it because it has the ambi safety. I mean, not ambi safety, ambi mag release. It has the button, and then it has that European mag release that I really like that you can hit with your trigger finger just by pushing straight down on it. So
right.
I like this thing.
That's cool.
Yeah, it has both, and it's on each side.
Right.
So I think it's pretty cool. I think it's a great product. It costs a little bit more because it is Walther. But Walther's one of those companies I feel that is underrated and underappreciated when it comes to handguns. Everybody wants a stupid James Bond freaking what is it? The PPK?
Yeah.
Yeah, the thing likes to make you bleed. Or at least it makes me bleed every time I shoot
it out of you.
Yeah, I don't like PPKs either. And now the thing is like most Walther handguns, I don't know about this one, they just don't fit my hand right. They feel weird, but I know they fit a lot of people's hands. And
the grip is shorter. The grip is shorter than you think it is. At least that's what I felt.
Well, I usually don't have that problem like you do.
That's true too. That's true too.
This is true. So I guess if you're looking for something like that, that's the Walther WMPSD. And Tony, go ahead.
Let me say though, it feels when you compare them all beside each other, it really feels cheap because it's a 22. It's not made of steel.
Right. It's aluminum slide and plastic frame. I get it.
Yeah. So I'm like, wow, this is the Walther, PVQ polymer. This is the Walther steel, and this is what the frick. Oh, okay, 22.
Yeah. I get that. Tony, do you want to take this next ad since Rusty's not here to do it?
All right, hold on there, girlfriend.
I know. It's our friends.
What next ad? Oh,
VZ Grips.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
We got to see if he can mess it up like Rusty does every week.
VZ Grips. No, VZ Grips has been manufacturing handgun grips since 2003. With a reputation for quality, consistency, and innovation, top-tier manufacturers choose VZ Grips. They come in a variety of styles, patterns, colors, and are manufactured from proprietary G10, micarta, carbon fiber, or polymer. Available with varying degrees of texture, VZ offers a wide range of grips for all different firearms types. Made in the USA, VZ Grips give you the grip you can count on. Feature grip of the week, the ZT350 VZ stipple scales.
That's a knife, not a for you that didn't know.
I'm like, what the hairy heck?
I figured out.
Let me see this thing. Hold on. I'm gonna look at this.
Okay.
And these are grips for knives.
Yeah.
For the ZT350.
There you go.
All right, I got you.
You got it.
I got you. Yes. If you buy a very expensive American-made Kershaw,
yes,
you can spend another $58 and get grips you like. So if you want to save at least 15% on those grips for the overpriced knife you bought, use coupon code GGR15 to get 15% off handgun and rifle grips at vzgrips.com. Maybe they'll slide in and not notice that it's for a knife and still give you that 15%.
They might. You never know. But the great thing is we have leeway on whatever the ads are, and usually they're just standard, Dave. So, we throw stuff in like High Points once in a while, but they don't make grips for High Points. I really wish they would, because it's like a quarter of the price for these grips as it would be for the High Point.
Yeah, the funny thing is, like, say what you will with High Points, but the reality is, if VZ Grips did just like one style of grip for, I would say, the YC9,
yeah,
there's a shit ton of people that would buy them, and they just are like, no, they wouldn't. Like,
no,
yes,
they would.
There are so many gun memer guys out there that they don't care. They will spend that kind of money and drop themselves on a High Point.
I mean, why not? I mean,
because a lot of these companies take themselves way too damn serious. Yep. And it's like, Galco sells High Point holsters. Right?
Yep.
Galco sells leather High Point holsters.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and they know they're making money on it.
Yep.
Because your other choice is a Phobos.
Right.
And of course, because I'm tactically thrifty, guess which one I own? So
an Uncle Mike's.
I own the Phobos. No. I've done the Uncle Mike's thing with a 1911, and I'll never do that again.
Yeah, exactly. But we do thank VZ Grips for sponsoring us. They've been a long time sponsor, so that's pretty cool. And they do make great grips, just not for a High Point. So they should. I mean, we might have to have a word with them. Say, hey, you guys need to do this for the High Point. I bet we'll give him Dave's number. I bet if they contacted him, he'd give them the dimensions they need to make these things. I mean,
shit, the whole damn gun. Here, make grips for this thing.
see, Dave will to send somebody else a damn gun, and he can't get me one. I knew he'd say it. I knew before it was over he'd say it.
So, Tony, we don't have any listener feedback, so I guess I'll let you talk about. Oh, actually, before you talk about the Second for Everyone diversity shoot, we will ask Dave to tell us where they can find all the products that he chills for, or whatever the job is.
Chills for.
Chill.
Oh my God. Yeah. Obviously, High Point Firearms, looking for anything High Point Firearms related, from the firearms, the pistols, the carbines, accessories, go to highpointfirearms.com. It's all there. If you need carrying cases, rifle cases, look at the Full Forge gear. Full Forge gear has even gone further into now doing armor. We have level 3A, 4 plates, plate carriers, helmets, and again, like I said, rifle cases, tool bags, range bags, backpacks, and if you're a little more nostalgic, look to Inland Manufacturing for M1 carbine, new production guns. So if you got the old ones, you don't want to shoot those things, get the new ones, and yeah, they're built to be shot. So there you go.
There you go. There you go. But thanks so much for coming on at short notice to help us out when our other two guys are skipping out. Tony, now you can talk about the diversity shoot that's coming up.
Got a diversity shoot coming up Thursday. We also have another one coming up August 8th, back-to-back diversity shoots at the same location, Union Hill Gun Club. So we're going to be there. We're almost sold out. We only have like 4 tickets left for the Union Hill Thursday. So if you want to go to Union Hill Gun Club, August 8th is the next event. Those tickets are going to go up because I don't want to confuse people and put events back to back. But I might just throw it up tomorrow anyway, just to get more time out to let people know that we have another one in case they missed this one. Also, Union Hill Gun Club has a gun store in it, so you can come and pick up accessories, pick up ammo, and also check out new guns or burn that pistol purchase permit if you live in Jersey, because they got some cool stuff, including the Bull Armory Tomahawks, which I don't even think they sell anymore. The Glock clone Bull Armory, dude, it is feature packed, and they have them there. They also have the Glock 17L there. So they have some unique guns at Union Hill Gun Club. We're going to be there. Go to diversityshoot.com if you want to find out where else we're going to be. We also have a link to Eventbrite. We have a link to Patreon. And we have a link to PayPal so you can donate to us to help us with our mission. August 18th, I'm going to be at the Golds Convention, which is GOA's first convention. Actually, they just contacted me and asked me how am I coming out. Mainly because they want to hook us up, which is really cool. I'm going to be on 2 different panels, and I'm going to be a speaker. I'm going to be on the veterans panel and the diversity panel. So on the veterans panel, I'm going to be with Clint from Classic Firearms. He used to be with Classic Firearms. And Crispy, the veteran dude / comedian / actor. He's going to be also another one of the veterans. And I don't remember who else is going to be on. Oh, yeah, Ghost and a couple more people. Ghost Tactical and a few more people are going to be on the veterans panel. And on the diversity panel, I know I'm going to be on with Yehuda Rima, the Pew Pew Jew. And we've already, me and Yehuda in the same room is going to be funny anyway. Me and Yehuda on the same panel is going to be a problem. So
Probably.
Understand. So no, we haven't planned a damn thing, and we don't have to. It just is going to be a problem. So if you want to check that out, we're going to be in Knoxville, Tennessee on August 18th. You can buy tickets. They want to actually send me an email that help me start promoting it. So I can't wait to see how many people turn out for that first event.
Yeah.
And if you want to see me and check out what we do, of course, diversityshoot.com. Simon Says Train on Instagram. Simon Says Train on Facebook. Second for everyone on X. The second is for everyone on Facebook, and Tony Simon on Facebook. So that's what I do. That's where I is. That's where you can find.
Yeah, I think if you're sign up to be a member of Gun Owners of America, you get in free. I mean, you still got to get tickets, but they're free basically. So that's cool. I am not flying across the U.S. just to be there, but hey, that's some people. So you can send out.
Hey, one thing.
Yeah.
An hour and a half outside of Knoxville is the first KFC, and they got a museum there and everything. And I think I might make that ride because I want to freaking check it out.
Hey, yeah,
it's 90 minutes, bro. It's 90 minutes.
Oh my God.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know, Tony, but you can send us questions, comments, or feedback to gungearreview@gmail.com. Don't forget to subscribe and leave us a review somewhere. We appreciate it. Also, please visit the Firearms Insider, and you can at firearmsinsider.tv. You can see all our reviews, links to other stuff. It's all there. You know where to find it. You can check us out on Facebook, X, and Instagram at Firearms Insider. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. That way you can get notifications when the show goes live. Don't forget to check out our great sponsors. And thank you for listening to the largest pound for pound podcast on the network. Maybe not today, but that doesn't matter. And we are out.
Epstein didn't kill himself.
Gideon Optics wanted to say thanks for supporting the Firearms Radio Network. Check out their rifle optics like the Guardian LPVO and pistol optics like the Omega and Rock. Fair prices and great performance on whatever optics you need. Visit GideonOptics.com where affordability meets quality. Save 10% with code FRN10.